Originally I was quite set on Oxford. I did a lot of open days there. I suppose I'm very drawn to Oxford as a place as well, and then what clinched it was actually just coming to Cambridge for a similar open day. I think it was in, I don't know, July 2016. Boiling hot day, 30 odd degrees, blue skies, and I suppose just fell in love with Cambridge as a place. It's just a nice place to be in, really. It's a very lively place. And yeah, that was what sold it to me, really, and then everything else fell into place afterwards, course, college, and everything else, basically. So for me, take a little bit of a different route to a lot of people in that I hadn't really given university, let alone Oxbridge, any real consideration really until I'd finished my GCSEs. And then you're suddenly thinking, well, probably I can actually, do this. So I suppose my first year of AS levels or first year of A levels was mainly based around reading around my subject. And a really interesting theme that I was looking at basically was globalisation, not just the economics of that, but also like the social aspects, the political aspects. And I suppose that's really the premise of why I decided to do geography. Was basically you're getting these big themes across the readings from history, politics, anything from the environment. Geography's task is essentially to put that all together and make sense of it. So I suppose the personal statement is really where the application begins in earnest, and effectively that, how many other characters it is your chance basically to sum up what you've learnt from all that wider reading and supracurricular activity, as we like to call it. You just show why you're passionate for what you want to do. It's quite an enjoyable period as well, doing your personal statement, I find, in terms of summing up basically what it is that makes you tick. And then from there, Cambridge now does quite a lot of entrance exams, but I wouldn't really say it was an exam. It was more of a, basically again, a chance to sit down, like the personal statement, and really, again, sum up what you're interested in your subject basically through a critical thinking essay and just a couple of wider exam questions. And then from there you get into December usually, and that's when most people come up to colleges for the interviews. What the interviews are, it's not really trying to scare you or put you down a blind alley. It's basically their chance to see how you think. We had a map put in front of us of the world, and it was basically ranking countries based on their risk or exposure to risk, and looking at why different countries have higher risk than others. So that could be natural risk, that could be financial risk. So that was incredibly interesting actually, not just to think of things in one aspect, but to look at basically the broader picture, that it is very contemporary, it's very current. And that's true of what we're doing at the moment in the course. So we're looking a lot at austerity in the UK and policy approaches to that. A lot of what we do is looking at regional inequality in the UK. So that's looking at regions like the North East, South Wales. I think the North-South divide gets talked a lot in the media, but there's not enough effort to really delve down and actually understand those processes. And I'm definitely looking at a career in policy or the public sector. It's been an incredibly useful degree in terms of giving you that opportunity to look at things a little bit more broadly and understand perhaps the value of what we do.